Don't worry about what other people think. This is a big one, and it's much easier said than done. And it's something that I've struggled with a lot in the past. So, one thing that can really hold us back is when we care too much about what people think of us. There's people in our lives who are really close to us, people that we hold in high regard and have a lot of respect for. And it's nice to get their feedback and to take into consideration their thoughts. However, if somebody is judging you, the kind of people who do that are typically the type of people who you shouldn't really care about what they think about you anyway. There's kind of a paradox going on there. So if somebody judges you, then it doesn't really matter. And the people who don't judge you, these are the people who are typically more wise and comfortable in their own skin. And these are the people who maybe you should consider a little bit what they think. But only in a way that you consider it and not in a way that you care about whether what you're doing is right or wrong in their eyes. Because as soon as we do that, then we are giving away our autonomy. And we aren't thinking for ourselves if we're just trying to people please. So that's one big point of why you shouldn't care what other people think. Another point is a lot of times we don't know what other people think. And it's a projection of our own insecurities. That's why I said earlier that people who don't judge you are typically more secure in themselves. Because judging is a mechanism. Judging is a mechanism of distraction. And it's a distraction from working on yourself, and it's a way of making yourself feel superior. And it's also it's difficult to look inwardly when we're so focused looking outwardly at other people and what they're doing. But on this point, a lot of what we're doing when we are projecting what we believe other people think of us is this is also a distraction from looking inward. We're judging ourselves, but we're projecting it from someone else's perspective. And that creates a big distraction because instead of just doing what you do and becoming better at it and coming into your own and becoming secure, you're distracting yourself from doing that work because it is laborious and it's emotionally laborious too. But to distract yourself from having to do that work, you're judging yourself and then you're projecting it from someone else. So now your eyes off the ball, so to speak, when it comes to actually coming into your own. And now you are playing the victim, which is a emotionally lazy sort of position. Not to say that people do it on purpose and that we should, I don't mean lazy in a derogatory way, it's just that it takes less labor. And we do this unconsciously too. It's not like we decide, hey, you know what? I don't want to do emotional work. I don't want to work on myself. So I'm going to imagine that that person's judging me right now for this reason or that reason. No, that's not the way it works. It's just something that happens as a default with a lack of awareness, of what we're doing in this sort of habitual sort of shell game of, oh, this is the problem, that's the problem's over here, no, the problem's over there. No, the problem is that there is no problem. The problem, if there's a problem at all, is just distraction from doing the work that needs to be done on yourself. Okay, so now the next point is that most people, and I mean most people, aren't thinking about other people all the time. They're thinking about themselves. You know, if you're stuck in your head thinking, oh, I just did something stupid, that person probably is thinking about that, they're talking about me, they're judging me. Most of the time, they're not. They're thinking about, what am I going to have for lunch today? Or I want to go do this, or I want to do that, or something like that. Now, this isn't always 100% true. Some people get positively or negatively obsessed with the people. You know, they might want to create an enemy out of them, or they might really think about that person a lot. But this is generally not true. We shouldn't live life like everybody is like that, because that's just generally not true. So if you're worried about what people think of you, I would say go through this in your head and remind yourself that, first of all, the type of people who would be judging you are not the kind of person that you probably should care about their approval or thoughts of you anyway. They're usually petty people. Secondly, a lot of it is most likely in your head and is a distraction from actually working on yourself. And thirdly, most people are too caught up in their own lives and in their own ego to actually give a shit about thinking about you all the time, criticizing you, judging you. They got their own lives. And that's usually the case. So yeah, I hope this helps somebody. And if you like this video, then please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, then please subscribe. If you have anything you want to say, then please comment down below. If you know anybody who might like this, then please share it. And if you want to get notifications whenever I drop new content, then hit that little bell button. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.